Hello, bro. I hope you had a good week so far, but no, you shouldn't give up just because we're getting to the weekend. On that topic, I'm going to talk to you today about how you can't trust yourself. And if you can hear noises outside, they're still doing roadworks. Of course. But you know me, that's not going to stop me. Bro, you can't trust yourself. Think about 90 to 95% of the mistakes that you've made. Most of them have happened because you trusted your instincts, how you felt. You convinced yourself something was a good idea when you knew it wasn't, deep down. You can't trust yourself because you're a monkey, you're an animal. Human beings are just the same as the rest of the animal kingdom, except we can think for ourselves a little bit too much. We want to be better, but we're a slave to our impulses, our amygdala. We shouldn't use that as an excuse, though. We can be better than that. But we have to stop trusting ourselves, or at least the parts of ourselves that create urges with addiction to things that are high stimulus. Things that make us feel shit about ourselves, but in the moment can feel highly rewarding. With addiction, you can be so sure that it's bad for you, but a few days to a week later can come right back to it because you've convinced yourself it's a good idea, because you've tricked yourself into doing it. How can you even think you can trust yourself if you've still got this cycle going on? I'm not saying you should hate yourself. I'm just saying you should know yourself. I've made a video about accountability. Part of that is understanding the situations where you're most likely to try and trick yourself into relapsing or doing something you shouldn't. To staying in bed, to skipping that important, crucial thing you should be doing because you wanted to be comfortable. There are signs that you know by now to look out for that can be disguised as good things. Oh, it'll help me relax. It'll help my recovery. It'll make me feel good. Do these all sound familiar? Maybe I deserve to rest. I've worked hard recently. Okay, bro. If you think that, then why every time you give in, you get to that place of wishing you never did it in the first place, wishing you could undo it? By now, surely, you should know that no matter how much your brain tries to convince you it's a good idea and how much it almost does convince you, you are going to come back to the same place. Do you know the definition of insanity? Of course you do, but I'm going to say it. It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you keep trusting yourself, if you keep listening to yourself, you could argue that you're insane. Swearing you're going to stop, swearing you're going to be better, and making the same mistake anyway. You're your own worst enemy because you've been conditioned to be addicted to things that are bad for you. You've been conditioned to be weak. That's how they want you. That's not how you want yourself, but that's what your subconscious wants, because your subconscious doesn't know what's best for you. It thinks it does. It thinks that chasing these high dopamine activities, these no risk, high reward benefits is going to be good for you, because of course it does. But your conscious, your prefrontal cortex, you know what's actually going on. Stop trusting yourself. You need to trust in something bigger than yourself if you want to make progress. Reminder to hydrate again. That's important. Trust in the process. When you have a purpose, when you have a goal, when you have something to align your life to, you put that above yourself. Doesn't matter what your brain tries to say. You will always consult your purpose first. You will make mistakes again. You will get lured in again, but that will happen fewer and fewer times because you're trying to align yourself more to your purpose. If you want to escape the shackles that your own mind puts on you, stop trusting yourself. Stop listening to your brain and listen to reality. Listen to what you want to be. Listen to your purpose. Take accountability for your actions. Stop being a slave to your impulses. Realize that they're not important. What you have right now in the present isn't important. It's what you want to be. Life is about choices. 90% of the time, the right choice is the one that doesn't feel right in the moment. Every single time. And envisioning a life of rarely choosing the choice that feels good in the moment, your brain again will convince you that will be torture. Shut the fuck up, bro. I'll give you 2 experiences. You tell me which one sounds like hell to me. The life where the guy constantly delays gratification in the moment, puts himself through pain and suffering in the moment, but his happiness and sustained self-respect and success goes up. And day to day is happier and more content with his life. And sure, occasionally he does indulge in pleasures, but only when he really believes he's earned it and he doesn't feel guilty about it. Yes, his life is hard. Yes, he works hard, but he is happier than the average person by a long shot. Would you rather that? Making hard choices daily and being fine with it, or avoiding hard choices, never having to make a difficult choice, but instead of happiness and self-respect going up, it goes down until you're in a hole of self-depression and hatred, and you're trapped by your own impulses, not even being able to make a choice, not being able to trust yourself. Which life do you want? Because in the moment, this one seems harder, but this one is so much harder to live with. That's your choice. You can trust yourself if you earn it. So earn it. Say less. Do more. Have a good weekend, bro.